So why we talk about women today? Because the man said the woman can't lead me nowhere. I mean, there's a lot of things you can actually learn from women. Not all women. It depends on how you process information. You can learn from everything depending on how you process information. But anyways, y'all know that trend. They be like, don't want me to go get my husband? That trend. I ain't gonna lie. Some of those videos make me cringe because that's just not my love language. But last night I seen a lady video who actually was my love language. She was like, if you want me to go get my husband, baby, I'm sorry. She was like, she's not going to get her husband. Like, going to get her husband has to be the absolute last option. It will not be the first. She was like, I will apologize. Whatever I did to you that made you want me to go get my husband, I'm sorry. That's what I'm talking about. When I talk about women protecting men, that lady is protecting her husband. Okay? Not because she think her husband gonna get beat up or anything like that, because she's not willing to risk her husband's life for you. She's not willing to sacrifice her husband for you or for her own ego. That's women protecting men. And that is something that I really want my sons to understand. So, what is the point? If I go get my husband and he knock your head off, we gonna be fighting the justice system, right? Is that a position I want to put my husband in? No. Over what? A parking spot? You rude. You lack manners. You have no self-respect or respect for others. Baby, that's you problem. Ain't my husband problem. You got problems. And that's what I want a lot of people to understand when it comes to love being safe, right? Her love was keeping her husband safe. She's willing to submit her pride or her ego or whatever trivial situation it was to not put her husband in a position where he can lose and she can lose. And when I say lose, I'm not talking about losing a fight. That's immaturity. I'm talking about the real fight, the fight with life. Everybody out here trying to take your life at some point or the other, right? In some way or another. The fight is really keeping your life, being free, being liberated. A lot of times situations escalate. And that's one thing I be trying to get especially my kids to understand. It's not about what other people think about you. It's what you think of yourself. Are you willing to risk your freedom for these situations? Because while you think the situation don't go far, my mind always take the situation to the furthest. That's how I evaluate things. If this is the absolute worst outcome, is it worth it? It don't be worth it. It don't be worth it. For what? Because you skipped line. You was rude. I'ma have my husband teach you a lesson. No, them lessons your mama should have taught you. And if we gonna be real, life gonna teach you anyways. One thing that God showed me is that I don't need vengeance. I truly, truly do not need vengeance. Because people with poor character always destroys themselves. Always. Never fails. They destroy themselves. They destroy their children. They destroy everything around them because their character is destructive. I don't need to be in the mess. I need to be outside the mess. Living in my peace, in my happiness, doing my thing. You can do 20 to life over some things that don't matter. But me, I cannot. And I will not put my husband or my brother or my cousins or my father or anybody else in a position to do so. Not because they're not willing, because I'm not willing to sacrifice them in that manner. And that's just how my love works. Everybody's love don't work that way. But that's just how I see life. And that's how I understand submission, submitting to love. I will submit my ego. I will submit my pride, okay, to love. Because I love you, I am willing to walk away from this. Even though that little thing in me will say, teach him about playing with you. The love in me will say, love you, love them. And so I will submit to love always.